to be giving our time, even as we run for office a second time, to mentor others who are coming up. I would like to just share one thing that I learned from Governor Ngilu. It's something very basic, but I came from technocrats. I did not know anything about politics. I had no clue about politics. I just went in there. And I remember when we were going around campaigning for women and 2/3 gender, one day we were in Kakamega, I think, and we were sitting, and of course, because I was amongst the youngest politicians, so to speak, I was still very conscious, and I think even Wanga was there. We were trying to find seats, and I had managed to find a seat because I came very early. Being a technocrat, you know, you're told 8, you are 8 seated. So I had a seat, but some other men came, big men, powerful men. And so I was very intimidated, and I was a governor, mind you. I stood up to give a seat to a man. I'll never forget Governor Ngilu. She dragged me back down and told me, never ever give up your seat for a man. Governor Ngilu, I learned my lesson. I have never again given my seat to a man. So one lesson I learned from Ngilu, very basic. She told me, never ever. How can you do that, you know? And I realized I'm a leader, an equal leader, just like the rest of them. But because they make you feel they've come with a lot of support, you know, we don't come like the women don't, at least none of us do that. We don't have like 7, 8 bodyguards pushing everybody around. If you come, I don't use a front car. Is it called lead car and sirens? And I don't think any of the women governors do those things. So it's very easily that when the others who come can easily intimidate you, even when you're at peer level. But we are saying we want to show a different kind of leadership. We want to show a leadership that has an impact on the ground. We want to show why devolution actually happened, that women can lead and can deliver. And this is not a threat to the men. For me, who is the chair of the council, they know I beseech the second-term governors, please, second-term governors, support women candidates, because you're not running again. And there are women candidates who can make it in every county, we believe. It is our duty to encourage more women to aspire to political leadership, and not just political leadership, as Governor Sakaja has said, but also leadership in general. We will be localizing this strategy, starting with the 7 counties. We are going down, and also now the counties which have women deputy governors kindly volunteer to work on localization, and where we have women potential. Your Excellency, I personally am looking forward to the day, and my colleagues know this. I'm looking forward to the day, Your Excellency, I will say like Sakaja after your term, that this country will have more than 1, maybe 2 women or 3 women presidential candidates competing against each other. Inawezekana haiwezekani. Inawezekana haiwezekani. Amongst these women here, they come from different political parties. Why not? Men compete against each other. We saw President William Samoei Ruto competing with another in not so long a time in the future. We are hoping that from G7 to G24 to even higher, not just deputy, prime minister, but presidents, there will be a time, like one country I know in Europe, where this issue of handshake will be between Governor Ngilu, it will be between women leaders. A presidential candidate woman who has won in Kenya, and a leader of opposition who's a woman who lost. And it can happen in Kenya. But we have to see it, we have to believe it. And we're not saying it because women are just women. We're saying it because any woman who has aspired and has risen to the position of governor or leadership in the National Assembly, that woman can aspire to lead this country. We don't know where that will come from, but it is my belief, and I look forward to a day when that will happen. And I will say like Sakaja, I support my president, yake ni 10 straight. Iyo tulisema. Sindio? Lakini tumemwambia akitoka tu hivi, hatumpati promise ya mtu mwingine. tutakutana kule, kina mama watakuwa wamejipanga sawa sawa. Your Excellency, wamama hai, wamama mpo, mnaweza hamwezi? Mtajipanga ama mtajipanga? Tunaambia President William Ruto 10 straight, si ndio? Hiyo hatuongei. Lakini tukitoka tu hivi, Your Excellency, tafadhali hivyo umetushikilia mkono. We are looking up to you. We are hoping that up there shall be competition. Many of these women will present themselves, and may the best woman at that time win. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I leave you with the contemplative words of trailblazer Margaret Mead. She said this. She said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Never doubt. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has changed the world." So never doubt that a small group of 7 women governors who are thoughtful, committed, capable, inspired, dedicated, intelligent, beautiful, hardworking, and an example and role model to many, never doubt that those 7 female governors can change the Republic of Kenya and indeed the world. As you've heard, indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. May those who participate in the advancement of women in leadership agenda and the G7 members